All right. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Guys, I'm streaming on both YouTube and Discord. Wherever you guys wanna see. I'm just recording on YouTube, so if anyone wanna go back and watch it again, so we'll have recording there. So it's on YouTube too. I mean, if you guys, I know some people can watch on Discord. It's a smaller screen or on their laptop or stuff. So doing it on YouTube too. All right. So guys, how was your last week? How was your last week? It was pretty choppy, not gonna lie, but managed to caught some good moves. First it was just wait and wait for the CPI, and then we had and then CPI came, and then market did not moved, but we had a one trending day Thursday, and then other than that there was nothing really going on in the markets. But I think we will see some good moves this week for sure. All right, so let's get started, and let's start with the important information for today. Is that, guys, I'm gonna close the premium uh, today, by tonight. So if you guys wanna get in the premium, you guys can, before the price increase for the next year. And I have no plans for opening it for some time. So if you guys want to take advantage of current price and tier, you guys can. So I'm gonna drop a link and pin it above, so anytime you guys like, if you have any questions, open a support ticket and then someone will help you out for sure. All right, just gonna paste it here, and then again, guys, so the format will be the same for the how we do our charting sessions every weekend. First we gonna go through ETFs, and then I'm gonna I already did my charting today, so I'm just gonna go over my watch list names that I'm watching for tomorrow, and then I'm gonna take some Q&As and chart request in the end. So it's not gonna be a long session today, probably an hour only. All right, but all right. So first thing first, let's look at ARC. As ARC as we talked about last week, ARC was into the supply, rejected perfectly, but did not get the reaction that many were expecting. We had demand right here. So even if price comes back to this demand, high chances of going up. But I know most people probably saying this is a bull flag in making, and prices making higher lows here, right? So what's my key level would be on my key level on ARC would be this one for going into next week. A good level to play with is 45.30. I'm gonna set an alert at 45.30. If R goes, guys, Roku goes, and Roku goes, Coin goes. All these names. Where the majority of ARC has the shares in this one. So Roku, I'm just gonna chart it with the ARC. So looks the same setup, right? Same setup, but did not make a new high. So clearly looks like a lagging compared to its ETF. So for Roku, for next week, we can have this high as our call trigger, and then we can have this low as our put trigger, right? So ARC, same thing, guys. Watching downside too, because price consolidating in a sideways range. Obviously it looks like a bull flag. It doesn't mean it have to break the upside. So uh, I'm gonna have my alert set at the lows here too, just in case if it breaks. Then my target, only intraday target, guys. My intraday target would be 40, and then once it clears this range, let's say if price starts to trend downside, if it clears this, only then I'm gonna play the downside on this one if we break this lows here. Until then, just intraday trade. Let's look at another ARC names. Bouncing off support here, nice. ARC W, this ARC W also did not make a new high. Price just consolidating sideways. The one thing, okay, I'm gonna talk to you about. So ARC X, nothing's really going on. Price didn't make a new highs and stuff, but there's a supply right above, right? There's a supply right here, so it needs to be above this zone, or even this zone to be bullish again. So can see a lot of chop in this zone, or not worth playing in this zone here for ARC X. And then we have Jets ETF. Let's see how Jets looking. Just looks like it's ready for a move, to be honest. Let's see. Price holding this a steady uptrend here, right? And then consolidating tight on some volume. Let's look at the weekly chart to get a good picture of it. Of holding the magnets. So technically, if it's not above this level, which is 1780, it's not bullish, but can scalp Jets or any airlines name. So I would prefer some airlines, but I'm also gonna watch Jets. If Jets is above 1734, and I um, see some airlines name breaking out like Delta Airlines, Love, out there have good setups. If breaking out, then I'm gonna play those names. And then if we break 1781, and then that should give us good targets of this gap fill, or probably going around this zone too, and then turn it back down. So there's no way um, these names will not see new lows. They will see some new lows, just consolidating sideways, probably a move up and then move down. So ABC probably going on right now. So probably ABC going on right now. Yeah, I can see some highs here. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we fill this gap. uranium, same thing happening in uranium, just sideways action, most likely following SPY here after this huge ABC dump. They look at this ABC dump here, ABC dump here, and then price is consolidating sideways in this range. Broke out of this 3-day range here, so I'm gonna watch CCJ, and there's only one name really, CCJ, to watch on it. So even if we go above and fill this gap, there's a huge supply. This is a one, right? If price goes there on CCJ, then that would be expanded flat correction here, and then price goes into this supply. There's a daily supply, and then price is gonna turn back to the downside. So definitely on watch for a swing if price goes and fill this gap, or price I see rejecting on this level, because if price rejects this level, that would be a flat correction, right? If price goes in there and then come back, that would count as an expanded flat, and then that would also give a good short opportunity for CCJ. Guys, anytime you guys have any questions, you guys can ask in the chat, right? About any stocks, about or you know about support, or basically anything, support and resistance, supply and demand, right? Volume. You guys want to ask, you can ask in the chat right away, so I can answer it um, as it comes. So XPI biotech, as I mentioned last week, was looking pretty bullish, and then it did retest on the breakout level we were talking about, 78.42, and then came here and then bounced off of it. So watching biotech names, and then if we break, I think it's gonna break. Let's just say this highs, just which is 83.05. 83.05 level breaks, then it's definitely going to see some new highs on it. So it's definitely on watch here. XBI, XLF, this is a good one, guys. This is a good one. Why? Because we had a fake out. We have a range fake out. The last week we made this range, and then it fake out of this range and closed under, closed inside the range, retested it, now bouncing off. So high chances of it going up, when we have these scenarios of faking outs, and then trap everyone. So if we break 73.70, so definitely gonna set an alert at 72.70. If we break 72.70, then it's gonna see 73.65 would be my next target. Most people will probably have this downtrend line too on it. So we will have double confluence of trend line break and a level break. So should give us a good target here, up to 74.50. So how do you determine your stop loss placement? So guys, stop loss, if I'm day trading, most of you probably know about this one. So let's say if I'm playing this level breakout, right? If I'm playing this level breakout, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into 15-minute chart, and then I'm gonna wait for a price to close above my level, right? And then what I want is price to 50-minute candle to close above my level. Then I'm gonna take a trade on this candle, right? Or I'm gonna take a trade on the retest of the next 15-minute candle right here. Either I'm taking a retest or here, and then my stop loss would be pretty easy. This is a level that I was waiting to break, and then it retested it. So right under this level, I'm gonna set my stop right here, right under this zone. I'm gonna set my stop, and then if next 50-minute candle closed below it, then I'm out, because that will that's a clear fake out of this zone. That means this breakout failed, and then I don't need to be in this trade anymore, or I can play the downside on this fake out by stop loss of this high again if I want to play the opposite side. So that's how my stop loss works. Even if you guys see the same thing right here, you are short in XLB right here, you are short and then price making lows, and then you expect price to make new lows, and then next morning price gapped up, and then retested this the breakdown zone, retested it, that's your exit right here, and then price went to the upside. So same thing with this, or any other trigger that we set. Yes, yes, I usually take trades after 50-minute candle close. I do not take trades on 5 minutes or anything like that. So only 50. I want a 50-minute candle close. Only then I take a trade. You know that if 50-minute candle closing above your level, that's a very good confirmation that we can see a running trend in one direction. XLE, I think XLE can run this week because it's bouncing off this demand, and yeah, it's bouncing off this demand here. So back to back hammers here into the support, so can see some run here, XLE, but I'm watching this low here too, because we I think we have some news coming in that Saudi Arabia is gonna release 300 million more barrels of oil. So if that affects oil negatively, then I'm watching this low to be broken on this one. Again, guys, so I see most people out there are saying, they are expecting inflation to go down. The inflation is peaked, and then when someone looks at this chart and then saying inflation is peaked, they look at commodities chart. I Let me see. I think I do have a commodities chart in here. It was in here. I think it was this. Let me see if I can find commodities chart. No, never mind. It was a commodity ETF. So just want to show you something about it. I think this one, yes, this one. So price into this supply, I had it marked, and then price rejected off it pretty nicely, and then most people are out there, they measuring this ETF like it's down 15%. So inflation is was gonna come. Everyone was expecting inflation's was gonna come lower than expectations, because all these commodities, they are going down since the start of this month, and then inflation is a lagging indicator. Obviously, it's a lagging indicator of an economy. But if we think about it, the commodities ETF is going down, but if you're going at the gas pump, if you're going at the grocery store, if you're going at a restaurant to buy something, the prices are not decreasing, right? All these inflation data, it comes from the actual price that consumer is paying in the market. So if you go out in the market, the gas is still the same price, probably a couple cents here and there, and then you go out, you get a food, right? It's the same price, as it increased, it did not decrease at all. Instead, it just increasing every single week or a month, even though we have a decline in the ETF. So do not look at these ETFs and and then do a judgment that inflation has peaked. Look how all the data is being presented to you by looking at all the gas prices that consumers are actually paying. So there are very high chances that we will see even high prints, because the prices are not coming down anytime soon, unless there are some lower interest rates we see, um, and then lower growth, or demand destruction we see in the economy. So high chances we'll see more high prints. If we see more high prints, and then Fed is going to come up with more aggressive rate hikes, right? So do not do not trust basically anyone or anyone's information without any solid data behind it. Mm. And then guys, one more thing, I know Fed is saying right now that they're not going to raise the interest rate too much. And uh, and then everyone's like, okay, the Fed is not going to raise, they just can't, they can raise the interest rate as much they want. Just look at the prior statements of the Fed. They were saying, the inflation, it's, there's nothing to worry about. Inflation is transitory. And then later they came up with, yeah, we are seeing some inflation. And then they came up with with another one, that now it's time to retire the world transitionary. And then now it's a serious problem. And then they were like, we're not going to do QT anytime soon this year, or not going to raise the interest anytime soon this year. And then they came up with back to back interest rate every single month. And then now they are saying that we're not going to raise interest rate that aggressively, or we're not going to raise interest rate that much to tackle the inflation. But as more high prints comes in, because 9.1 was a pretty big deal. 40-year high is no joke. And then they're printing even more money. So I don't even if we get one or two more prints than 9.1%, then then be ready for more 1% rate hikes in coming future. And then to see some new lows on all the indices out there for sure. So that was a quick macroeconomic thing. Have any questions on macroeconomics, guys? Also let me know in the chat. Mm. Communications ETF, just sideways action here, nothing really going on. Supply above, price in consolidating in a sideways range, unless we break above this highs or we go there and reject. So in a no man's land, I don't like to trade a price when it's in low no man's land, right? XLF, let's look at banks. Banks also gave a fake out here, also gave a fake out. And consolidating here, let's look so pretty extended, I would say. But 32 is a good level to play. There are some good stocks out there related to banks. They still haven't broke out yet. So I'm gonna go play those names if I see XLF is breaking 32, or if it's holding this zone here. If it's holding this zone, and I see bank stocks are breaking out, that would also be a good sound. So open a bull gap right here. That indicates after this run, after it's filling this gap, probably is coming back, gonna fill this gap for sure. We might have seen the earnings pumps before earnings coming up. And then if all these big companies said they are slowing down, they are seeing less and less customers, or less growth, or they're laying off more people, definitely uh, some new lows coming in the market. XLK. XLK is looking good above this 134.24 level, which is a tech ETF. So I'm gonna go to Qs. Qs probably look the same. So 134.24 is a good level to play the Qs up to 138. So 4 points would be an easy play to the upside, but before shorting it back down. Utilities ETF. So only one level here for the upside would be 70.81. So if 70.81 breaks out, uh, if 70.81 breaks out, that would give us that's a good target to 72. 72 breaks out, then it would give us a really good shot here around this supply zone, because this supply zone did not get tested once. It's a pretty fresh supply zone, I would say, on the weekly. Yeah, on the weekly level, a huge supply, just like this one. Price went into this supply and then rejected hard, and then price is going back into supply again, not gonna make new highs, probably gonna reject back down here on the weekly fresh supply. So watch for that. Healthcare, yes, ripping, so probably extended here, so not gonna play this one. And then consumers sideways action, but did break out of this downtrend here on the daily. So if we break this highs, that would give us a good target, which is 145.90, and then 143.43 would be a good target to play the downside on, like a quick one, right? So watching those. XME, what is this ETF? This is a mining ETF. Looks choppy. Let's look at 15 minutes. Yeah, daily is a pretty chop. Not a, yeah. Yeah, so it's chops and goes up. So be careful playing it. Probably not a volume in the counts, but if we break 43.86, um, that's a good level to play the breakout. The setup is there. Daily is consolidating tight, and then if it breaks, then definitely gonna go up to this supply zone right here. And then now we have Dow Jones. Dow Jones looking bullish. Opened this a bullish gap here on a Friday, and then just closed on a hammer. So what's next? This high lows. So it's only bullish if we break above this highs, right? Anything in between is just a chop, or in a no man's land. Basically, anything prices in here is a no man's land. And then if we break above this highs, then we can expect price to go up to this high here, which is 318.72, right? Friday lows would be I'll be watching to play the downside on Dow. Let's look at the magnets here. So 50 magnet is right at here, rejected in the past once. So most likely 50 crosses as 100 would give us a good shot to play the downside on it. So 315.18 for the upside, and then 309 is for the downside. 309.24 is for the downside on Dow Jones. So definitely on watch. Then we have IWM, gapped up and filled that gap. Price still in the sideways range, nothing really going on, but also we have this downtrend break. So closed near 20 on some volume, so which is nice. And then let's look into 1 hour to find some more levels. I think this is a good level, 173.71. Say 173 once breakout, then we have this small gap to fill up to this level, then gonna play this breakout for sure if we don't gap up, right? So if we play this breakout, 175 would be my target for the upside, and then 178 eventually a big breakout level where price can go up to these zones before rejecting back down. I'm gonna do some wave analysis on SPY, so we'll see where it's heading. Q's looking bullish, broke out of this range here 2 days, and then break out of this downtrend, looking good. And then looking at holding above the magnets here. Well, I don't think it can go far. This one's nothing. don't worry about it. And then 288 is a good level to play the short. Right, I'm gonna set an alert for the downside, and then for the upside, we're only playing 293.20. So above 293.20 would give us a target of 297, right? 297, where I would just completely cover my longs, and then would wait for this price, this level to break out and retest again to play the longs on it. So pretty big level here, this one. So technically, as a for the wave thing, right? For the wave thing, this is probably ABC. That's a WXY, right? And that's wave 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves ended here on this one. And then this is probably working on ABC to the upside, A, B, and C, which can be 100% of wave A. So give us a target of 3 or 5. Can be more. We'll reevaluate and then on it. So 305, 304, 304 actually is a good target for this leg up, and then probably another leg down on this one. Probably gonna make this bear flag, and then come back down. Price clearly consolidating in this bear flag, and going there is a huge supply, and then rejected back down on on Q. So definitely a good area to load up on some shots. So let's look at SPY. SPY is the same levels here. Um, Watching this 386.85 level, watching 386.85 level with the targets of this high is that it made 390.70 with the first target, and then we have this small targets intraday 393, 395s. But if we look at in the Elliott waves, should give us a good target. See, so we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have this BC going on right now. So 402, 407 is a good level to play on it. So watching this zone on spies, giving us the same zone as Qs. So if it goes to this zone, definitely gonna start building some short positions here in this zone, right? Price just consolidating in this bear flag to the upside. So goes there, and then gonna build some short positions in it. And then watching these lows here too, just in case if it breaks, and then I also want to play the downside on it too. But if it goes there, definitely a really good a big short opportunity setting up. And then the most of you guys are seeing this. If this is wave X, this is wave Y, and then this is also giving us this target. So this could be another wave X, B, and Y to the downside. So if it goes there, that's I think a really good big short opportunity setting up. That if you missed it here, right, then that could easily give us a targets of really down. 280s, 285s. This is probably the final leg down on it before we see uh, push it back up. So not looking good. SPY is not gonna make new all-time highs anytime soon. So if I know some bears are losing ground, but you need this kind of consolidation. You need this kind of push-ups in the bear markets, these rallies, to get more bulls, so more bears can get in and then push it the price to the downside. So, in my opinion, watching these zones for sure. So, any questions, guys, on ETFs, on any of the analysis right here? Let me know. AMAT, um, AMAT is a good one, but the only semis looking bullish, right? But the only semi I like is MU. Look at MU. No resistance here. Probably gonna fill this gap if we go to like this 65, 83 area, which was this prior monthly support, and bounced off this one so much time. So I don't expect price to go in this to go above. Even if we go above, that would be a fake out of the range. Then I'll be watching this zone to short. So basically, watching. So these are my targets on this breakdown here. So price goes here and then rejected back down. So that's some watching on MU. So has some upside, almost 4 to 5 point upside on MU this week or for next couple of weeks. We watching. So definitely on a high watch this name as long as it's holding above this 61 level. Amazon looking weak here. Amazon looking weak, and then rejecting of this prior supply. So watching this low to break 1.57, right? So if we break this low, that would give us a good short on Amazon with the targets of 108.41 and then 106. It would be the next target on Amazon. I know most people have this like this. So this can play out, probably gonna play out, right? Or they're not letting Amazon go to the upside because Amazon already pushed higher enough to this supply, just like SPY here, where SPY is gonna reject, and then Amazon going closer. If SPY goes any higher, then Amazon gonna probably have to break this zone. So this is keeping Amazon sideways until SPY hit that level, or Amazon sideways hit that level at the same time and then rejected back down, right? So I think Meta is the same thing. No, not the Meta. I don't know. It was a blue chip, right? So Apple's looking strong. I want to go through Apple. Uh, on every time frame, Apple is closed into the supply, right? Apple closed into the supply. Wouldn't be surprised if we see red on Apple on Monday. So if we look at this zone here, that was a clear zone in the past. See how big of a this level is. This acting as a support and then acting as a resistance, and then this zone, one here, then here, and then here, now back that again. So and then price is also consolidating in this channel here to the upside, and then close into this trend line resistance. So that's another resistance here. And then if you look at the magnets here, right, closed above these magnets, closed right at these magnets, 100 and 200 right below it on the daily chart. And then if you look at the weekly chart, price is just at the 50 magnet, closed under it. So a lot of resistance here. So needs to be above basically 152 to be bullish on Apple. So 152 is a big level on Apple. And then if we break this lows here on Monday, 148.24. That would give us a good target for the downside on Apple too, with the targets of 146.66 and 143.23. Um, Guys, I always have my levels at the candle wicks, so not at the candle close, but where it wicked did. I had the highs or I had the tops, so this is where um, I I mark my levels. American Express is actually looking good, same as the ETF that we saw, the banking one. It follows it, and then 143.13 is a good level to play the breakout. Breaks out, and then 146.27 is the next target on American Express. I'm watching open this bull gap here, so expecting it to go a little bit higher. Right, so these are supply. This is way, this is clearly lagging, right? So it doesn't have to go there. Probably go, if SPY moves up, it's probably gonna fill this gap and then reject it back down. B is actually a good one. B is also closed into the SPY technically, right? This is the level. There's a clear SPY, so I want this SPY to clear to go long. So 151 is a good level on BA. So if BA breaks 151, then definitely going long on this one with the targets of 158 on it. Right, so yeah, I think it has some room up on that break. Then we have cat. Cat is actually looking good. The reason is we got this fake out of this prior low, and then prior low got retested in the same candle, and then closed at the highs, formed a hammer, and then we got this downtrend break on it. So if we break this, manage to break 175.34, then that would give a targets of 177.28 with the first one, and then 179.74 would be the second one on it. Coin looking good for both sides. Let's look at BTC, how it's doing. Who's rejecting of this prior supply here? A clear zone that is rejecting off. So price still consolidating in this bear flag right here. In this uptrend channel, or you say another bear flag inside bear flag. So if price is not above this 21,600, then it's definitely gonna come back down. Let's look at 15 minutes. BTC bulls got so happy, even it just goes like $1,000 up, and then they just get so happy all over around. Bitcoin's breaking 21k, Bitcoin's breaking 20k, but look, if you look at the bigger picture, it's going way down, right? Look at this folding uptrend channel, this uptrend channel, this is the low, this is the low of the uptrend channel right here, and then this is a low, another low that it formed. So these are two lows. If we break this lows, then a dump coming in BTC. So only two levels I'm watching for the downside on BTC. For the upside, guys, even if Bitcoin pushes up to this zone, let's say Bitcoin managed to push up to this zone, which is like 27k, 30k, that also is not bullish on Bitcoin, right? So that's a huge supply right here. A price probably gonna go there again and then reject it back down. So nothing is bullish about Bitcoin in any form. CVX price is in no man's land. So just I'm gonna have Friday lows as my put triggers for it, and then with the targets of 132.61, and then for the upside, just gonna watch these highs here, 139 If we break 139, then it can definitely push up to the upside for sure. So only two levels I'm watching on CVX or any oil name or there. Delta Airline is a good one. Delta is a good one. We got this nice earning reaction. Price goes into this into supply, rejected back down, and then bounces off this support, and then now working its way out. This is the same setup. Looks at the BA, but it's a lagging here, right? So that was the BA setup right here. Right, so price goes into this supply and then rejected back down, and then bouncing off this support, and then made a new highs on it. So Delta Airlines looks like kind of the same setup here, right? Goes into this supply, rejected, bouncing off support, and then again, if we break 30.45, then it's definitely uh, can make some highs here at 31.57. So on high watch. If we this breaks, so this low, gonna watch because price into the resistance, right? Doesn't have to break all the time. If you break the lows, that also a good target. AMD, let's look at quickly AMD. AMD did break out of this range here on the daily 80-50. I think bulls have a stop or this level, or this is a stop for bulls, this candle low here. So a good shot would be for AMD in this zone. This is 86 because that's a daily supply right here. Um, daily is consolidating in this bear flag too. Let's look at the magnets. Magnets are far away. Approaching this 20 magnet here, 21 magnet on the daily. So if we break this highs, the Fridays, let's look at 81.50. So 81.50 is a good level on AMD to have a stop on. So if you're long, or if you wanna go long, 81.50 is a good level to play long on AMD with the targets of 83 first, and then 85.28 first. So let's see how that plays out. Dash just sideways action, nothing really going on. So most bulls will have this downtrend line. Guys, I wanted to clear one name. Okay, I remember it. AMC, guys, look at AMC. This thing's looking too good. This is looking too good. Price consolidating in this bull flag here, right here. Um, right, consolidating in this bull flag. So if we manage to break on this high, which is 1565, 1566, setting an alert there. But 1611 is a big level. So if we break 1611, then it's going to 1711 next, and 1773 or even 19 bucks can see on it. So if you see these pumps, guys, look at it's the same thing, guys. Wicking price, breaking out, wicking, a lot of wicking here. Price breaking out, a lot of wicks, upsides or downsides. So price is a lot of fighting between buyers and sellers. So if you manage to break 1611, I think it can see some big pump here. I think I talked about this last week too, if you guys remember, that I showed you guys this volume profile on it. All right, look at this volume profile, guys. Huge volume profile. Price is above it now. So if we break 1611, I think it can seriously make some big moves. So definitely on high watch. And then we have Datadog. So Datadog's looking weak. broke trend line break, and then we have 90 50. If we break 1950 level, then definitely gonna see some new lows here. So 1950 is on watch for a downside play, because I want to have some put triggers too on the watch list, and just in case we are not bullish going into next week. So Dell price consolidating sideways, and then watching this 43.71 level. If you break this 43.71, no real resistance in this zone. Price can push up to 45.42 easily. So that'd be my target on the breaks. Setups looking good, and then we also have a fake out of the range right here. And then after fake out, if it gives breakout, it's always an explosive one. DG, okay, DG is a good one for a short. It's probably also a head and shoulder in the smaller time frame. Yeah. So 243 I'm watching on DG. If we break 243, then with the targets of 236 on the daily. eBay, no, not eBay. Enphase Energy is a good one. Look at the volume, guys. Look at the daily volume. Huge volume, huge hammer with a long wick. 198 is a good level. So waiting, I'm gonna wait for price to break this level, and I'm gonna play the upside with the targets of 203.70 on Enphase Energy. Again, guys, no swings. All these are day trades. General Motors sideways action. Right, probably bulls have this zone. We are going to the moon after this. No, it's not gonna happen. So 33.14 is a breakout level with the targets of 33.88 on GM. That's I'll be watching. HPQ. HPQ. I'm just looking for the waves, sub waves actually. So 31, 33. I'm gonna play the downside. I don't want to play the upside on this one, unless we break some these highs here, and then we'll still have supply above. So don't want to play upside on it. So only downside. So 31, 33. If we break, and then it would give us a good shot for sure on HPQ. Coke. I was having this trend line, and price was also rejecting of this level. A good level to go long would be this one, or this one, but I don't want to get chopped around too many candles here. So I don't want to go long unless we have this level breaks. But gonna go short if we break this 62 level on Coke uh, on the daily chart. So 62 breaks. If we go on 50 minutes, play it, and then day trade it, and then that's it. So low, guys, low is a good one. Same setup as Apple. Same setup as Apple. Close into the supply, and then if we break, if we manage to break above this highs, then price can probably push up to this highs here 189. Price can 189, and then if we break this lows, the Friday lows, then it can also give us a good targets on low. So a good day trade on it. Don't worry about it. Mace is actually looking decent. For the downside, we do have this downtrend break. So if Macy is not above this zone, which is like 1724, because that's a clear supply right here. Price consolidated here a couple times and then broke below it, retested it, now going down. So looking weak here. So I have put trigger at 1660. So it's 1630. So if 1630 breaks, and then that's gonna give us a good targets, because and then it's also broke this big level, right? If you look at it, the prior low is broken. So if price stays below this level, then it's definitely a good shot for sure, right? Nike is actually looking good for both sides. So I'm gonna have my triggers on both sides, because price closed as a doji on the daily. So a lot of indecision. So either side break, either this highs or this lows would give a good day trade targets here on Nike. So definitely on high watch. Octa, I'm only gonna play the downside on it, because um, these names, you know, they go down. They follow the downtrend pretty nicely compared to the uptrend. Uptrends are pretty choppy on these names. So only watching the down this horizontal line break is 91.32. 91.32 breaks, and then boom, it's going down. Yeah, so many good setups here going into next week. So no need to FOMO in. I no need to FOMO into anything, and then wait for your setup to come to you, and then wait for a candle close, and then play it, guys. And do not aim for big wins, guys. Do not never aim for big wins. I know, there we have people with the small accounts out there. They aim for big wins. They aim for 1000% plays, and then they hold it, and then they don't sell their positions when they see the loss on it. So guys, if you see a small L on your plays and it clearly invalidated your trade, sell it. Sell it for small L until it becomes a big L, and then it hurts your port more. So do not afraid to sell, guys. Do not afraid to sell if you are in a small L, and then cut it, move on to the next position. You probably gonna find a winner for sure in the next trade. If you guys gonna hold a trade in a loss, that's not gonna help. No one is only gonna affect your port, and then your confidence too in the end. Qualcomm closed into the supply here, so watching 142 level break to the downside to play it. So my targets would be this low here, not this one. So 130 850 is the target, and then 130 680 is also the target here on Qualcomm. For the upside, I don't think it's gonna break the upside yet. Roblox. Roblox is actually a good one. We got this range fake out to the upside, and then we followed by another fake out of the support to the downside. So watching prices near the resistance, so gonna watch this resistance break, and then this is also, obviously a support break up put play too for Roblox, but price pretty far. So if we break this one, so definitely gonna play the downside or the upside. So 40 50 is the level for the upside. Snap's looking weak. So for Snap, I have Friday lows, not Friday lows, but this lows. Wednesday lows, 1342 level on Snap to play the downside with the targets of 1315 and 1266. So I think Snap can give us a good play if market is weak. Then Snap on Datadog, Okta, and there's another one. I forgot the name. It's starting from O. I think I probably have. Let's look at Square. Sideways cycling, guys, same as Arc, right? So if you all the Arc names like Square, Coin, Roku, I think Twilio, SC, all these names they're gonna break out at the same time. So go choose any one and then play it. That's it. Uber watching 2178 level on Uber to play the upside on it. Price consolidating sideways. That's what you want to see, guys. If you want to see a good breakout, prices consolidating under this resistance for a long time, for almost 4 days. Tight consolidation under it, break above it. We can see a move up to 2226. So definitely on watch for Uber with a second target at 2227. So can give us a good trade, and then support here is this low here, which is 2061 support on Uber. X. Just sideways action, guys. I mean, nothing really going on, just sideways action. Price is going sideways, and then if we break to the upside, can play the upside on this one, and then if you break the downside, we can play the downside. So in the range, you cannot really predict where the price is gonna go. So we'll just let price to tell us where it's gonna go, and then we'll trade. We'll trade the direction on it. Z, never mind. ZS is actually looking good one. Price consolidating this huge bear flag. That huge bear flag, a clear one, definitely gonna make a new lows here. Probably going to this lows here, 80s and something, right? Probably gonna cut in half where it is at right now. So the more goes, the more uh, up it goes, the better opportunity for the shorts out there. So definitely on high watch for a long swing. If we see some more highs on this one. Again, guys, so that's about it for today. Now I'm gonna take some chart requests and Q and A's. If you guys have any, let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat. Yes, I have two chats open for the YouTube and for the Discord, so can ask anywhere. If I missed any chart, if you want me to look at any chart, if you guys already in a position and then want to look at the chart, let me know. I'll go over it. And then again, guys, those who joined late, the premium is gonna close tonight, and then probably gonna open like late end of next month, or we'll see. And then it's gonna be closed. If you guys wanna join, today's the last day to join at the current price. Meta's looking good. So Meta has some work to do for the upside. So two levels on Meta. So I would say zones here. Select the zones, and the first is 166. So above 166, it can push up to 167, 61. So above this zone, so this is a clear supply here, probably in a 1 or 2 hour supply, and then break this zone, and then it can push up to this daily supply right here on this one, and then this is obviously a pretty big level for Meta. So still in this sideways range, right? And we have Tesla. Tesla is not looking good. Closed on the fake out here of this candle, and then can push it up for 730 for the upside. So just Friday highs and Friday lows. That's it. Friday highs and Friday lows. So holding this big level. So if Tesla breaks this lows, that would definitely give a good shot here on Tesla with the targets of 688 on Tesla, and then if we break this highs, 755 would be the next target on it. So let's see which way it breaks from the doji on the daily here. Lucid, let's look at Lucid. Lucid, Lucid. So Lucid is in this sideways range, clear sideways range. For bulls, it needs to hold this support here, which is 1826. I mean, if you are a bull, then if you are long in this name, then it needs to hold this 1826 level, and then break to the upside. If you are a bear, and then if you are a short, or if you want to short lucid, then I would be watching this 2070 level. Any 2070 level it goes, then we can short it. If we break above this level, then the next target is 2185, and then 2265 is the next target. So same with the shorts, right? Break this, and then this is the next target, 1742, and then 1636. So pricing is sideways swing, right? It can break to either side, right? This pattern does not matter. Only the levels matter, guys. Only the levels matter. Hmm. All right. So I think that's about it today for guys. Um, Guys, if you guys watching on YouTube or anywhere, guys, I would appreciate a like, and then some nice words on Twitter if you guys have free time. Can write one liners. How do you like the charting sessions that I do every weekend? Come here, and then I'll make a watch with you guys. So if you guys can share some of your thoughts, I would really appreciate it. And then with that being said, I'm gonna take a leave, and then I'm gonna catch you guys next week in the live trading. So have a good weekend, you all. See you all next week.